guess we needed a job. We started in town in Gackle doing mechanic work, and it wasn't busy. It was off and on work. So then we started doing a little bit of this, and it took off, and it just kept building and building. High quality stuff. We make our stuff safe for cattle and safe for people, and we make it strong.
I think we had a good market opportunity for this product that the need wasn't being fulfilled, and we came in at the right time in the beginning of a very successful business. And expanding, we created a dealership network and expanded into multi-state area, and I think the dealer network really helped us grow fast. You know, each of the dealers help market our products.
And then advertising helped a lot too. We did a lot of different ads on Facebook, eBay, and BizMan Online. A lot of little free ads and paper.
Yeah, radio,
stuff.
internet.
Shows, egg shows, and stuff like that. Our biggest challenge was probably employees. And then the thing that we have found that helped us a lot is paying higher wages than surrounding area, and then benefits. We give a lot of benefits to people, and we work just 8 to 5 to help because we didn't work weekends. A lot of people don't want to work on the weekend. Well, it's hard to get started, you know, to do it, but it takes a lot of hard work. It's not just a 8 to 5 job. You really got to work at it, and you got to really believe in your product, and you really got to push it. You know, explain, get to know other people's product, and then be able to tell them the difference.
I think it's nice we have control over our time and the creativity to create new products and bring it to market, and take an idea from just a thought to put it in production and then market it and make money with it. You know, it's kind of nice having control over your own destiny. It can be challenging.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that's pretty rewarding is when you get a product to the farmer or rancher, and he tells you how good a job it was, how he enjoys or uses the product, how good a product you have. That's really rewarding. Well, being partners is good because James is into the computer type stuff and like the dispatching our trucks, and I can work on the other part of it as being in the shop or being with the other guys and doing designing and watching things, how it gets built. It'd be pretty hard for one person to do what we're doing here because you wouldn't have enough time to devote to what we're doing, like setting up our programs for cutting and stuff. James does all that into the computer stuff, and one person would have a hard time doing it all. It would be your time would be limited on what you could put into it. You know.
I think it's good to have different skill sets come into the business. We can help each other and different backgrounds, different experience, and so you get a lot more talents brought to the table that you probably wouldn't have with one person. Well, we actually started out as an auto repair shop at the beginning. We did that for 2 years in Gackle, and we were struggling because our market area was very small. And Jeff had some experience working with used oil well pipe and suck rod in the past. We had a customer that wanted some of these freestanding panels, and so we actually built an order for a customer and then never stopped building them. So we actually had to stop our current auto repair business to start our full-time focus on manufacturing. Like Jeff said, it is a struggle starting out on your own. You got to start out small, but you know, if you start out with a quality product and work hard, I mean, it can grow from there.
For the local Cenex station in town, and then we just decided was working out there, and we just decided to go on our own, you know. And I had a business before, auto repair from at another place, and to get started, it wasn't feasible for me to hire him, so we included us as partners to get around some of the taxes and stuff. For a small business that starts out, that's very crucial to not have all the taxes and all the stuff that we had to put up with, to do it like we did it and be partners, and it worked out way better.
Yeah, I was actually pretty resistant to starting out on my own with Jeff. He's talking me into it. I wanted to be in business for myself, but the fear of being on your own and no consistent paycheck was holding me back. But I also realized with his experience bringing into a partnership of, he was in business for multiple years prior, so that gave me a huge advantage. Not completely starting out from scratch, because he had his experience. So he finally talked me into it, and we, did it.
Through our bank, I think our bank had mentioned it, that we could get some money funding through there and stuff. The thing is, it's really hard for a bank to take a business that's just starting and say give you $500 or $1 million without a plan. Yeah. Banks won't do it. And that's where we had the problem. Is we were real lucky, as we had a friend of ours that actually borrowed us money when we started, and because he believed in us, he knew us, and so he borrowed us a little money to help to get going, and because we were just 8 to 5 job workers before we plunged into this, and, so it was good that we have people that back you, and right now we've actually got another farmer that actually came into us and told us he'd borrow us money if we needed money, because he sees us, see how things are working. He knows that we're making money and things are going ahead.
So it's kind of crazy too. We started out with auto repair, got away from it, went in full-time manufacturing, and now we have a full-time mechanic that services our trucks, and now we're offering heavy truck repair again. So it's kind of cool to see it get back into the roots of that, because Jeff had experience of auto repair, and I did auto repair as well. And so I think the key is diversifying and being creative. Right. You always got to have new ideas, fresh ideas. With a lot of competition, you got to bring new products to the market that nobody else has. And even with competition with our current products, we, keep a high quality product, have good efficiency in our production. We offer trucking and shipping, so we have a lot of features and benefits of working with us, and a company that's been around for 15 years. We're not a fly-by-night company. Well, I think we kind of hit on it before, but I think keeping a high quality product, you got to have a high standard, high ethics and integrity, and always take care of the customer.
Yeah.
And focus on that. And the other thing is count your pennies. Every penny adds up. So if you can save 10 cents a part here, 10 cents a part there, in the end, it will help you in the long run. You got to be super conservative to get where we are right now. And just because you're successful, don't go buy a brand new pickup necessarily. Reinvest in your company. What's going to make you more money in the long run. I think that's key. One thing we added is a robotic plasma cutter. It was $70,000 machine. We had, we didn't have the money just to buy it, but we borrowed against it to create more consistent quality product, in our cutting, and increase efficiency in production. And we were one of the first ones in the industry to even have that in what we're doing. Another thing I want to point out too is it's nice. We are a green company. We are taking a product that's used oil well pipe and used sucker rod that is pretty well wasted, and we are creating a brand new product with it. So everything we're doing is 100% recyclable, renewable. We can use our product, 20, 30 years down the road, they can scrap it, melt it down, and create another product out of it. So it's kind of nice to say we are a green company.
Yeah, it's been a tough road, but it's good. I mean, and like he says, you got to count your pennies. You got to watch. You can't go out like us. We started with small equipment until we could afford to buy it. We didn't borrow on most of our stuff. We bought it outright, because if you're paying a lot of interest to a bank and stuff, it's really hard to make it when you're borrowing large amounts of money, you know, and it's best to save a little bit, get by a little less, and then purchase as you can afford it. You know, it really makes us, it's a really wise thing. I think that's what kept us going. Because right now, with the cattle prices down last year and this year, a lot of places went broke because of overspending and stuff like that. You always got to look at, it's not always going to be great. There's going to be, in any business, there's going to be downtime. You know, slow on sales, you know. So it's really to be conservative, because that can happen to you at any time.